us. Over trap beats, the Fixx is saying, ooh. DJ Focus, tell him turn you up, ooh. DJ Focus, tell him turn you up, ooh.
Welcome back. DJ Focus, Dice Gamble. You tap back into the Fixx, your source for faith-infused hip-hop, R&B, and poetry. It's time for our spiritual detox. And listen, when I tell y'all, I don't think y'all ready for this one. This one right here, it just hit different. I got 3 of the coldest in the game right now on with us, and they making these anthems, man. Shepard, shouts out to my brother Shepard. I'm gonna shout him out first because
Appreciate you, brother.
Listen, he a smart man. He know how to go and continue to get great collaborations and just continue to make good, high quality, ministry driven, but also, you know what I'm saying? Let's be very clear. These songs that are being made now, listen, we can get them on regular hip hop channels. I know we like to say in our little soft little space, but I'm telling y'all, our music is on the level of anybody you can name on the other side. And I'm excited because there's an anthem out right now. If y'all haven't heard it, Shepard, Brenno, and Don Reddy got this track out called Never Quit. And when I first heard it, it motivated me because, yeah, right now everybody knows I'm on a little fitness journey right now. I need to lose some weight. And I promise you, I'm always trying to quit and trying to go get 2 pieces of pizza, a cheesecake, and a Pepsi. And so now I got an anthem to throw on when I want to go get it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to welcome my brothers in.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, fellas? What's going on?
He locked in.
The legend.
Yeah, I'm locked in.
Legend.
No, that's real, man. Seriously, this is an anthem, and everybody has struggles in some area or going through some trials or just something.
Yeah.
So, listen, for the listeners, I want y'all to share y'all unique experience with why this song is so special. I'm going to start with you, Shepard. So, one, talk us through why this song is so special and just, you bringing Brenno and Don Reddy on, what that meant to you.
Yeah, 100%, man. So, Never Quit's the anthem when it comes to, like, perseverance, right? So, top of the year, I started this new role for the Legacy Conference as a director. The day before my first staff meeting, I get in a crazy car crash on the highway. I get knocked unconscious, my tire explodes, I get T-boned at like 70 miles per hour, out cold, headed to church. Crazy, right? It's the day before my first staff meeting, and we're doing something that's kingdom-driven, focused on next generation, college students. I'm talking something that's spiritual significance. We're building kingdom. And it hit me, right? It like took out a lot of the encouragement. I had messed up 5 discs in my neck. You know what I'm saying? I got stuff in my back. I was in therapy for like 9 weeks, physical therapy. And, I had to connect with the bros. You know what I'm saying? I'm tapping in with my community, people to lift me up. And I'm like, I'm there. I'm trying to get better. My whole right side was jacked up. I'm doing these exercises. And I realized it's like, if I quit, I stay there and I don't get better. Mm-hmm. But if I decide it's like, okay, this is hard, but I'm pushing through the hard, I'm going to be able to get through it, right? So I was getting the migraines. I was getting right side locked up, going through the pain and emotions and everything. But we can't quit, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a mission. We've been called to this. We've been set apart for this, you know what I'm saying? So that's for me. When I think about Never Quit, I've been set apart for this, homie. You know what I'm saying? So I thought about 2 dudes. I was like, man, who do I get on this record? Because I remember I said Don some mumbles. I was like, Never Quit. That's all I had. Don went crazy on the hook. But I'm like, I just had Never Quit. Like, that vibe right there. And it became an anthem because these guys are living it too. So I'm going to let them know. I'm going to let them know. For sure.
Brenno?
Yeah, so Shepard sent me this song idea, and I was all about it. I was all about it, one, for the beat, because for me to hop on a song to be excited about it, like, the beat has to slap, like, from the jump. And the beat has to motivate me by itself, and I felt that with this one. And I had that reference too, like, with the mumbling and stuff, like, Never Quit. And like, I've been through, like, my own personal struggles where I had to make a decision whether or not I'm gonna quit or not. Like, for me, my personal story is I battled with addiction for like 8 years, and with addiction, it's like you take 3 steps forward and then boom, you fall. Right? You take 1 step back, and everything in you wants to give up. Everything in you wants to be like, what's the point? I haven't changed. I'm the same. Like, what's the point of trying to find freedom, find deliverance? And just like Shepard was saying, it's like, am I gonna stay here or am I gonna keep moving? And it's all about never quitting, because it's a process. You know, it's a process to freedom when you're battling with addiction. It can take a long journey, but it's like, are you willing to make yourself available for that journey, to allow God to do a miracle through you, even if it's gonna take time. And a lot of those days, man, I just had to show up. You know, like battling withdrawals, battling temptation. I just had to show up to church. I just had to show up to the Bible study. I just had to show up and worship. And for a lot of times, like, we just need to show up, you know, and that's like the mindset I had with Never Quit. It's like, man, we just need to show up and let God, you know, do what he does. But many people are missing out on what God wants to do because they're not even showing up, because they've already given up. But man, it's like, we just got to show up and let God be God. And man, I was just inspired, you know, to write a song of like, bro, I'm clocked in. Let me lock in. Feel like Kobe back in 02. It's like, it's time to work. It's time to go for it. It's time to give God space for a miracle. Time to give God space to do the supernatural. So I'm gonna show up. I can't give up. You know, so I felt like I had to encourage somebody with my verse, like, don't give up. Don't quit. Keep yourself available for God.
Was that tough for you to share that, Brenno? Just your struggle with some drug addictions? Because I know a lot of times in church, in ministry, a lot of people, you know, kind of feel like they don't want to, you know, share that part of their life if they struggled in that area. Was that tough for you to be transparent and get the help you needed and let people know that was a real struggle for you?
Oh yeah, in the beginning it was, but I've learned that like vulnerability brings freedom. And the more we allow people to understand that we're just as human as them, we're just as broken as them, and we are still just as in need of Christ as them, that opens up for like, wow, me too, you know. And it was actually a leader in my life that opened up and said, yo, I struggle with addiction to many things, struggle to addiction. I struggled with addiction to pornography. And I was like, whoa, it's like, okay. So someone I look up to, a leader in my life, he opened about his testimony. So it's like, okay, I gotta tell somebody. And man, when I opened up to the people around me, like they responded the opposite of what I expected. I expected them to push me away, say, nah, you dirty, you shouldn't be around us. They embraced me. You know, my community gave me a hug. My leaders gave me a hug and said, hey, we're ready to walk with you in this journey. So man, at first it was tough, but just anybody listening, I encourage you. It's like, you know, Jesus wants to set you free. But it's like, until you are open about it, until you are coming to the altar saying, God, like, I confess. Like, the first step to deliverance is confession. You got to confess. You got to be open. God is not intimidated by your struggles. He actually wants to set you free from those. So just be vulnerable, be open, be honest.
Thanks for sharing that. And Don Reddy, I know you about to have everybody passing the collection plate, man. I promise you. No. So I got to say something. I know you're gonna speak your piece, but I'm be honest with you. Everybody in our community, man, when you were bold enough to put that letter out there on Instagram, brother, just know that you encouraged everybody, man.
Thanks.
Like that was like, at least in our space, I don't know, I can't remember another artist, producer, or anybody in our space like being that bold to share something like that. Most people would keep that just dear to their family. I'm just being real, and just, you know, and God, don't get it twisted, but for you to come forth and tell people about your situation with your health, man, I just want to salute you and I want to thank you. But, you know, again, talk about never quitting and why that's so important to you.
I'm finna talk crazy. I feel like I'm telling y'all, I get teed up
Yes, sir,
real fast. Real fast, man. Actually, Brenno knows I wasn't even gonna tell everybody. You know what I'm saying? I was just gonna keep it to myself because my mindset was I don't want the enemy to get anything. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I be on that, like, who is this uncircumcised Philistine energy? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like I be on that energy, bro. I don't want the enemy to have nothing, like no victories, no dubs. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I see that. You know, the battles we face are not flesh and blood, but their spirit and their. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I understand that. So I know that this trial that came can produce perseverance in me, right? It can produce long suffering. And the biggest thing I remembered is that if I pass away, it's way much greater for me, right? You know what I'm saying? But there's so many people that need what I do. right? There's so many people that need what I do. So you got two choices: lay down or give the people what they need. That's it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why the motivations have to be right. That's why the values have to be right. I never started making music for myself. I started making music because I knew there's people that needed what I had to offer. You know what I'm saying? So like I was sitting there in that doctor's office and the doctor was shocked because I was smiling. You know what I'm saying? Like the doctor was shocked because I was cheesing because I know oh, this is an opportunity for God to show us who He is. This is great. Like I was cheesing and he was sitting there like kind of like astonished at my cheesing. You know what I'm saying? But I was smiling because I was like, I see the enemy tried to write one up for me. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't know the Holy Spirit was in the room. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know that God was in the room. And that gets me teed up every time I start getting excited. You know what I'm saying? And I understand. I'm like, all right, what the enemy tried to use to destroy me and use to slow me down. You realize my numbers have almost doubled since I announced that I had cancer? Talk that talk, bro. I went from, and I ain't done nothing. So like I'm not trying to take credit for anything. Right. I'm saying God has doubled my numbers since I started doing chemo. You understand? Like where does that? How does that happen? I ain't recorded in 4 months. How does that happen? You know, it's got to be God. Mm-hmm. It's got to be. It's got to be God. God's showing me. If He ain't showing nobody else, He's showing me. Hey, Don, I got this. I want you to know I'm the one running the ship. I'm the captain. You know what I'm saying? Will you just trust me and not quit? Will you just not give up on me? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Will you just continue to hold on to everything that I told you? The things that were spoken over you years ago, will you just hold on to that? And even though you're experiencing this trial right now, you know what I'm saying, you won't be defeated. Mm-hmm. Either way, regardless of whatever way it went. Even in death, I'm not defeated. You know what I'm saying? So there's no way for me to lose. You know what I'm saying? There's only ways for me to win. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I believe, and that's what I stand on. And this song exemplified that. Like the say what is an attitude. Yep. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? Huh? You know what I'm saying? Like y'all thought I was gonna lay down. Y'all thought I was gonna quit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not talking to believers. I'm talking to the enemy's camp. Like I'm like, yeah. I'm one of those dudes. Like when I'm on the court, I talk trash. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, huh? Say what? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what y'all thought. I don't understand why y'all thought that. You know what I'm saying? I believe that the Lord has called me to this, and regardless of what I'm experiencing, I'm gonna do my best. It's hard. It's the season I've been walking in has been very hard. It's been so hard. It's one of the hardest things I've ever walked through in my life. And I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to stop. I can't. There's too many people that's depending on what we do.
Listen, thanks for sharing that, and definitely we're going to continue to pray. Yeah. We believe God can heal you, put that thing in remission, man, and yeah, listen, but I got to ask, which one do you prefer, man? Because, like, I've been trying to figure this out. Do you, like, prefer singing more or rapping more, Don?
Both.
Which one do you prefer?
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Both of them.
Okay.
That's why it depends on how I wake up that day. You know what I'm saying? So I love to sing. I'm actually a worship leader. I think I told you that before. Yeah. I'm the worship leader at my church, and then I love to rap too. So I love them both equally.
Listen, it's hard to find an artist that can do both of them equally, like, excellent. So that's why I asked that, because it's like, hey, do I like him better as a singer or rapper? It kind of don't matter. So yeah, thanks for sharing that. So where we go next, y'all? Shepherd, what we doing? Like, is this something that y'all hitting on? Because I feel the chemistry here. I feel like it's a couple throwaways somewhere y'all ain't telling us about.
Man, he's
like we got a little EP, a little mixtape out of this right here. I'm just asking.
Internet will break. I'm just saying. First of all, Never Quit is trending, and we didn't even link in the same city yet. All of us. Now imagine if we come together and we working on something, man. We're just excited, bro. Like God is good. Man.
Y'all like, come on, man. Y'all got to be working on a little EP or something, man. Y'all got something, a mixtape.
We got something in the vault. We cooking something. I can smell the aromas. You know what I'm saying? It's just. It ain't out the kitchen yet. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna figure it out.
That's it.
So we excited though, man. Like this is this is definitely one for the books, and we're gonna run it back for sure. We're gonna run it back.
All right, I appreciate y'all coming by, but before I get y'all out of here, man, listen, the show is called The Fixx for a reason. Listen, I want to hear from every last one of y'all, man. You know, if y'all could change something in the CHH community, in the church culture, what's that one thing y'all would change if y'all had the power to change it? You can start it off, Shepard.
Yeah, I feel the responsibility to help bring more unity, man. I think the feature spot is like, I'm working with artists that have the heart, who had a vision, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to unity, I feel like one of the roles that I get to play in our space is help bringing that together with people, with ministries, with organizations. So the unity aspect, that's my heart. So,
how about you, Brenno?
I would say to increase the love and the importance of the local church. Man, the local church saved my life, and I feel like a lot of people in our space are missing out on the good of the local church because of church hurt, because of trauma, because of those things. And I'm telling y'all, like having accountability, having a community around me, like a local church, to be behind me and support me as I do Christian rap, like there's nothing like it. So I would say, for the church, for the church to have open arms to Christian hip hop, but also for the artists to embrace the beauty of the local church and submit themselves to a local community and see the beauty in that. So
why do you think the local church still doesn't have open arms for CHH community? Because I hear that often on that CHH and gospel rap is still not being accepted in the body, especially at the local churches. Why do you think, especially in 2024, it's like, what are we talking about? Everybody loves hip hop, and it's funny the ones that say they don't want CHH there, but I would love to hop in their car and see what hip hop they got, because everybody listen to hip hop.
Yeah, man, I think honestly just think either people just don't see the fruit, they don't see what God is doing, because God is doing something with it. So I say one, ignorance, but maybe just hate, like just that they don't like it, they don't rock with it. But I just pray that God just opens people's eyes. But then at the same time, like, are we as artists, are we on purpose avoiding the local church, or are we actually embracing it? And like, when we step into venues, when we step into youth groups, when we step into these youth conferences, are we being somebody for those pastors to be like, wow, okay, these guys actually are genuine. They are men of God. Because
That's good.
We got a responsibility.
You kind of hit the nail on the head there, homie. I ain't gonna
like we got a responsibility as artists to carry ourselves, as examples in the kingdom, period. CHH, Nazi, whatever you call it. If you a man of God, you in the kingdom. So we have to carry ourselves in a way with integrity and character. And it's like, are we walking in a way that the church wants to support? You know what I'm saying? Well, pastors look at us and be like, I want to support that man's vision. So I think there's responsibility on both sides. But I do still think that, God is still using it. Like, I have a local church, and it's like they support, like, ask Don Reddy. Don Reddy came out to my church last year, and they are all about CHH. They are all about what we're doing. I get pray every time I do an event. My pastors pray over me as they send me out. So yeah, God's doing something special, but I pray for more of that.
It kind of helped that you were pretty dope MC too as well. So I don't know. I don't think that's everybody's story, but I just want to throw that out there. Don, what you changing, Don? What would you change, brother?
The Christian pop and R&B space is like super small. Like, we're carving it out. You know what I'm saying? And it's not as accepted yet, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really accepted in CHH yet. It's getting there, but not quite. So mine is not necessarily the CHH, but you know how they always say Christian, they always say hip hop and R&B, like they always, clump them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to see R&B more accepted in the hip hop space, in the pop space, and see more collaborations with like hip hop artists with R&B. You know what I'm saying? Like some Chris Brown, Tyga type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I would love to see stuff like that. I think that would bring great value to the people. So
that's what's up. All right, y'all. Last question. I'm gonna get y'all out of here. Since I got 3 of y'all on here, if y'all could build a super group amongst y'all 3, and y'all could each add one person to y'all group from any genre of music, dead or alive, Who you adding? I'm gonna go with you first, Don. Who you adding? What's your one?
My dog, Young Chris. What you mean?
All right, who you adding, Shepard?
Bringing in my dog George Rose, man. That's the homie.
All right, who you got, Brenno?
Jeez, man, put me on a spot like that. Jeez, bro. Dang, y'all had fast home. Dang, I'm with my homies. That's the thing. Like, I already got my. You know what I'm saying?
The dogs with you, man.
Man, I mean, I gotta have my boy K Diamond cooking us some beats.
Yep.
There you go. There you go.
K Diamond a monster, boy.
Yeah, he a monster. That's fire, y'all. Hey, listen, appreciate y'all, man. Come on and tell the people how they can connect with you guys, how they can follow y'all on your social media platforms. And listen, one of y'all introduced this banger.
Yeah, you can find my music everywhere under Shepard. Follow me on Instagram, Shepard_music. Shepard spelled the same way in the Bible, not P-A-R-D, like people think it is. Yeah, Shepard_music.
You know, it's Don Ready, Stay Ready, Mr. YG. You know what I'm saying? I got to give y'all a formal introduction. You know what I'm saying? But you can find me on all platforms. Don Ready Music, Facebook, Instagram, all that. What is that? TikTok? Yeah, all that. Don Ready Music.
You know, it's your boy Brenno on the track on the Fixx radio station. It ain't Bruno. It ain't Brenno. It ain't Brandon. It's Brenno. You know, you can follow me at Brenno.music on all platforms. 2 N's, BRENNO. Find me everywhere, and we gonna rock.
All right, who introducing this track?
Don, you do it, bro.
Hey, you know what it is? It's that Never Quit with my dog Shepard, Brenno, Don Ready. You know what it is. We on the Fixx and we getting it done. Let's go.
Keep it locked. You tuned into the Fixx. You know the Fixx is in.
Culture Radio. We're not just background noise. We play the music that inspires you because every song has a story. Christian hip hop and R&B music and talk on Siriusxm channel 154, 24 hours a day. Holy Culture Radio is changing the game. Discussions about faith, arts, vocation, and education. We talk about the real issues that affect our communities and work together to find solutions. Join the discussion at holyculture.net and be heard.